So one of the problems is people get a lot of shoulder pain, neck pain, sometimes headaches, and some of it can be due to poor posture. What I mean by that is we can often be hunching forward. If you look at a screen, if you have to work at a screen all day long, it's quite easy to start getting into poor posture, sort of slouching, or even this kind of thing, what I call a head forward posture, rather than an upright posture. Even if you do have a standing desk, even if you do have your monitor set up at the right height, it's still good to try to cultivate a good upright posture. Almost everything we do, driving, looking at a screen, working at a counter, or cooking, or even worse, using a tablet or a phone, is all going to hunch us forward. So this can be a problem. I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do to reverse this, a stretch exercise. And this one uses these yoga bricks. Yoga bricks come like this. This is a cork brick. They also come in foam. This is a foam one, and that's pretty weightless. Those are good to carry around if you take them to the gym. They also come in wood. These are nice macrocarpal wood blocks. If you do find them in a shop in foam or cork, maybe buy a matching set, buy two. There are things you can do with yoga bricks, like yoga stretches, like forward bends. So a stretch like this would be using the bricks as a support for Uttanasana, for forward bend. What I'm going to show you here is something for the upper back. So here's a brick in pine, and this is about the size they come in, but you could make it any size if you make your own. So how this works is we're going to put the brick behind the shoulder blades, or between the shoulder blades, around about T2-3, and lie on it. And this works on a hard surface like a floor or a massage table. So what I'm going to do is sit up, put the brick roughly where my shoulder blades are, and gently lie back down on it. And the way to get it in the right position is to come up like this. So here the brick is between my shoulder blades. I'm just adjusting that. It is quite a strong sensation, I agree, but I'll show you an alternative in a moment. Now, the trouble with this to begin with, especially if you hunch forward a lot, is your head will want to hinge backwards. The chin will want to come forwards. And that's not really how we want to do it. What we want to do is to create a sense of length at the back of the neck, keep the chin down, and yet at the same time relax the head. That can be a bit tricky to begin with, but there is a way. Now, because of that, it's good to have some support, perhaps at the back of the head, at least to begin with. I'm just going to bring myself into the center of the table so I can show you again. Also readjust the brick. So with practice, you know exactly where the brick needs to be, right in the midline. With practice, you'll also find the right height for you. So perhaps a folded towel or pillow or cushion to support the head. So I want my head like this. Now the arms go by your sides, preferably not too far away from the side of the body. If I make this wide A-frame with my hands very wide, I'll lose the pec stretch. So my arms are externally rotated, the hands are palm up and fairly close to the body, which is of course almost impossible on a table as narrow as this. Massage tables can be a bit wider than this for someone of my width, for someone of my frame. But you'll probably be doing this on a floor. It's not really going to work on a mattress. There won't be anything wrong with that. The brick will sink into the mattress and it won't give you the lift through the back and the shoulders that you're trying to achieve. So that's the posture, and it is possible to relax and let go into this posture and bring the shoulders back and down, the shoulder blades down the back, away from the ears, away from the neck. And also to keep the head from hinging back too far. The head is quite heavy, it's about 3 kilos or more, so the head is a counterweight and it's pulling on the sternum through the fascia of the neck, the prevertebral fascia, and we're trying to lift the sternum, widen the collarbones, open the upper rib, expand the chest. So this is a chest opener. It's also quite strong on the lower back, of course, but everything is about pulling the shoulders or allowing the shoulders to come back and down. And of course I'm talking a lot, and if you do this you won't have to talk, so it will be easier for you to relax into the brick and you will grow to like it. Now I'm going to take the brick away, and you could sit up if your abs are strong, or turn to your side. If you do get low back pain, of course your lower back's going to be quite extended as well, so one way to lie would be with your feet on the floor, on the surface you're lying on, with the knees bent. And that's perfectly acceptable. That stops you overarching, overextending the lower back, which will tend to happen perhaps. So this is an alternative, or a pillow behind the knees, and that would work. Now I can roll to one side to take the brick away, I could sit up and take it away, and it's kind of nice to sit here without the brick, which will feel wonderful, and then adjusting the amount of height I need so my head doesn't hinge back. And the same principle, I don't want to be shoulders round and forward, I want the shoulders to be back and in. So that would be the same thing, the shoulders coming back. And those of you that have done yoga will recognize this, especially the Iyengar yoga teaching system of opening the chest and widening the collarbone, stretching the pecs. Now, I know what you're thinking, I don't have a brick at home, where will I get one? There is an alternative, and one alternative would be to use a towel. This is quite a big bath towel, well used, and we use that instead of the brick. So there's the brick, but we could also use a towel as well. The same principle. So roughly where the brick was, and that's much easier to lie on, getting that position. So again, it's encouraging the chest opening. That actually does work quite well. It's kinder than the brick, it's softer. So here we are. The important thing though is to not let the arms be too wide, to have them fairly close to the body, to try to get the shoulders back and down. And this seems like quite an intense thing to do, but once you're there, try to soften into it. So you're just draping over the towel. And again, I don't want my head to hinge back because that doesn't feel nice. And that defeats the object of the exercise in getting a neck stretch and using the head to lift the chest. Restorative yoga. Quite a nice thing to do. So there you have it. Once you're here, you could be here for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You might want to put an eye pillow over the eyes. That's very soothing. If you have an eye pillow, I'll show you what that is. Just one moment. I didn't get that one out earlier, but I have one right here. So these are eye pillows, which you can also buy from various places, probably a yoga supplier, and it has a very, very calming effect, particularly for headaches and stress. Just to put the eye pillow, it puts some pressure over the eyeballs, and that's my Shavasana relaxation pose for those yoga people who may be watching this. You could also have one pillow behind the knees, just to take the pressure off the lower back if your lower back is a little bit sore or sensitive. So I will let you experiment with that when you get home. Eye pillow, pillow for under the knees, and either a rolled up towel or a brick. These bricks are not heavy, so that's why it went flying away. So enjoy, see how you get on. If of course it is painful, if the brick is too strong, then just back off. Don't quite do that. Try a smaller towel and lead up to that, lead up to the chest opening. But basically we're trying to stop hunching. We're trying to achieve an expansion through the chest as a counter stretch to, or a counter pose to long hours of working on a screen or on a tablet or a laptop or even a standing desk. You will tend to be head down. Okay? I hope it works for you.